धूम्रपान सेहत के लिए हानिकारक है। इसे कर्क रोग होता है। स्मोकिंग इज इंजूरियस टू हेल्थ। इट कॉजेज कैंसर।
Monuments, landscape, it's the human beings who make a difference. It's the human beings who give a scale to the landscape, to the monument. For me, human beings are very essential part of my life. And even if I am doing a landscape, I'll prefer to have somebody there, but not planted there as part of it. When I was maybe 16 or 18, I hadn't even gone into any profession. Somebody was talking about Ghalib, and the couplet was, रगों में दौड़ते फिरने के हम नहीं कायल, रगों में दौड़ते फिरने के हम नहीं कायल, जो आंख ही से न टपका वो फिर लहू क्या है. I was so young and I heard this. I said, yeah, sounds so nice. But what it means is blood runs through everybody's veins. I am not bound by the fact that my blood runs through my veins until it drips from my eye. The intensity of expression. You know, I started landscaping and I had no experience. And this is what it helped me in being creative, more creative in my photography also, because I'll come here, I wouldn't know what to do. So I'll walk around, feel around, and then I'll get the feeling, okay, this is what we should do. And those were the months of, summer months, beginning from April, May, June, and half July. So we did bulk of the landscaping, And then, comes the rain, first rain. Now we had leveled, we had created certain paths, and then comes the rain and the rainwater from other fields into our fields and washes away the paths that I had built. So we had to build 2 little ponds, where the water can be collected, and made a bridge. So, various little things were happening. And then wherever, on assignments I was traveling to Lakshadweep or, Kanyakumari or Kerala or Kashmir or anywhere, northeast, I was picking up plants from anywhere and everywhere. Even from abroad, from Bali, from Los Angeles, from anywhere, wherever I found something interesting, I'll bring it here. So this 6 acres of canvas that I have been painting for more than 16 years. You see, when you are asleep, even then you dream. And if you're not dreaming, then you are very lucky that you are switched off. But if things are not moving and they are not talking, it means that you are dealing with the subject matter which has stillness of its own kind, and you have to have the ability to understand the stillness and meditative quality of things. And even those still situations, you can create a fine art photography from that. Now, how do you do that? You got to be somebody very special who has meditative quality about his life and who can capture the silence of things. Silence of things. As a photographer, your image is as good as as much it can speak for itself and no more. What is a still photograph? Is the question.
Please answer that. What does it mean to you?
A simultaneous click of inner and outer world that comes together in a most intuitive and eloquent way that speaks for itself and that lives for itself forever and beyond.
রাস্তার বাঁ দিক অথবা রাস্তার ডান দিক কোন দিকে আপনি থাকছেন সেটা ভালো করে জেনে নিন উপরে কোন পোলের কাছাকাছি আপনি বাস করছেন সেটা জানার জন্য আর রাস্তার ডান इस तरीके कि उस पार जाकर के स्नान ना करे। সাকরাই রামনগর থেকে স্টিল ধনঞ্জয় পাল চায়না ঘোষ আপনার খোঁজ করছেন, উনি তথ্য কেন্দ্র নিচে আপনার জন্য অপেক্ষা করছেন। जिस रास्ते से आप स्नान क्षेत्र में जाए उसी रास्ते से आप बस अड्डे
10-20 रुपया मैदा के 25 रुपया में काका बनाएंगे। যাওয়ার আগে শিবিরপুর সেবা সমিতি যে সকল ছাউনি আছে সেই ছাউনিগুলোতে আপনারা আপনাদের জিনিসপত্র রেখে একটি টোকন নিয়ে স্নান করতে যাবেন। টোকন দিয়ে আপনাদের জিনিসপত্র বুঝে নেবেন। এখানে কোনো রকম মূল্য আপনাদের দিতে হবে না, সম্পূর্ণ বিনা পয়সায় আপনারা। जो है बोरिया बिस्तर बोले के बाहर निकल जाए, नहीं तो आपको कानूनी कार्रवाई की जाएगी। आपका वो जो है वो छीन लिया जाएगा। हरियाणा में बहुत गाड़ियां हैं, 2-3 वहां से निकालो, सुबह वहां से निकालो, साईं बाबा का नाम इसलिए ऐसा में से निकालो। So you enjoy being an unobtrusive observer,
Yeah, absolutely.
much more than being an omnipresent observer.
Not, you can't say omnipresent. Your work should be omnipresent, you know.
No, but everything about what you've done so far has been, you know, moments here and moments there that you have
That you can
Grabbed.
grab very quickly and disappear. Because they also come and disappear and they don't wait for anybody. And that's why, you know, those moments have more potency and energy about them, you know.
So the moment is far more important than the narrative.
Yes, for me it is.
But do you reject the idea of a narrative in photography in general?
Let me tell you, when people take photographs and they put long stories with them, I don't consider it to be serious work. Because as a photographer, your image is as good as as much it can speak for itself and no more.
Will you talk about what is trendy in photography and how the younger generation is sort of using or following international trends
What do you mean by that? Or is that part of a resistance to not acknowledge a certain kind of photograph?
That's a joke. No. You see, it is like this. We had a colleague when I was with the Statesman who used to quote Shakespeare on everything. I had another, senior writer who used to quote Ghalib on every situation, everything. Initially, I liked it because it was knowledge for me. After a while, it became so boring. I said, यार मैं तुमसे कब मिलूंगा यार, बार बार मैं शेक्सपियर को मिलता हूँ जब तुम्हें मिलता हूँ, या मिर्ज़ा गालिब को मिलता हूँ, तुम्हारे दर्शन मुझे कब होंगे? You understand what I'm saying? You see, ironic situation is this, that people are getting away with these trendy works. पर भाई वही है कि जब तुम अपने आप को, to empty yourself out is what? Free of anybody, any influences and styles. And I say, fine, if this is born out of your personal needs and experiences, great. But if you are inflicting it on this culture, this country, which you picked up from the West, not acceptable. It's that simple. And also, which means you are denying yourself the possibility of exploring it at your cost and create your own style of saying it. Ramanan.
I thought I've
Sun.
never resisted this. Choose existing. I have to send a dog photo to my daughter. Let me just send a dog photo.
किसको? अवनी को?
Yeah, she wants a dog photo. Brownie, ठहर जाओ. Brownie, come here. You know, really, we have nothing to talk about. We've done 25 years of a lot of talking. Here's the dog show. Nice picture. I'll send Avni the dog show. Mr. Rai?
But my wife is the boss.
Obviously.
For sure. देखो, I've learned one thing. दुनिया में जाओ, धूम मचाओ, हंगामे कर दो, घर में आओ.
As if.
So that there's peace and love at home, which mostly is. Because my wife is a Sardarni, comes from Punjab. If she doesn't have a kirpan, she has a danda. But love is the main thread, in any relationship, in any part of creativity. And that she gets enough, so it's okay.
But does she understand your work?
She does. She does quite a lot when she wants to. Only thing is she is such a busybody, such a professional by herself. And thanks to her, that maybe I would have retired by now, But she is such a professional. When I get invitation from any other country to come and do the judging or exhibit in the rest of the world, that she'll not give up on anything because of anybody else, or even her children at times, and me. And, when I get invited to do exhibition or be on the jury or something, I tend to make excuses. And then she kicks me. She says, get up. You got to go and exhibit and be there. That simple.
No, he would have changed his plans to go to Harvard this time. He was almost slipping. I opened the door one morning, the day before. मैंने नहीं जाना.
I always do that.
And then I would,
Leaving house is so difficult
You have to
for me.
change the technique every time.
You know, first time when I was invited to World Press Photo, I ditched them at the last minute. Second time, you know, then some friend said, "Ke yaar, acha nahi hota hai. Yaar, again, you know, they're sending you invitation, you should go." But the worst is, you know, my friend Himmat Shah, who's done this sculpture, we used to stay together before I got married to her. So, you know, I come back from, at that time I was working with India Today, and the first invitation to be on the jury of World Press Photo. The same evening I had to leave for Amsterdam. So Himmat was sitting there relaxed. I said, "Himta, tell me one thing. If I don't go to Amsterdam for the jury, you think the world will collapse?" Got a no. I said, "Then I'm not going." But you know, I am also somewhere, I am not here to compete and to be available here and there and create and produce. When I get into my moods, I do it.
So it goes back to that idea that the family has not been a subject of interest to you. Is that one truth?
It is.
No, off and on I do take pictures of them. And
That is too small a canvas for you.
yes, that is. But
He
no
does.
focus on them, you know, that here is my family and I must. And don't forget the fact that this is not my first family, this is my second family.
Not that you photographed your first family either. That's even
Also.
worse.
Also.
That's even worse,
Yeah.
actually.
The whole world is important to me, and if they become part of that whole, then
Exactly.
They're
And,
there.
and in fact, it's now that if you were to look at his relationship with his children. Now the point is, even as a wife, I don't feel like possessed like a wife, because the whole world is his world, so therefore I also get that space, and which has been very good for me as a person. But with the bachas, it's a crisis, because he wants to meet them at that level, and they can't see themselves as part of a larger world. No, it's quite interesting. Even when I got to know him, I didn't know there was something called photography as a form of art, really. The book that he had done when we got to know each other was on Taj Mahal. And as a student of architecture, I'd never seen Taj like that. So when you ask me, I mean, I never looked at his work as something in isolation, but I was engaging with the work, and even today I engage with it from my own perspective, from my own work, from my own worldview.
music, and especially Indian classical music, is the one that takes you to spiritual heights and connects you with spiritual experiences. And I have photographed them over the years, and not on regular basis, off and on. And I did it with a lot of passion, respect, and love for the musicians that I photographed. But if anybody asks me, I don't think I have managed to capture all that is there in Indian classical music. There are moments where you can almost hear them. But there are other moments which are part of the story. And let me tell you, I make no big deal of anything. Even when I do my work, I do it with all my love and care. And once I've done, some people take great pride, and remember we used to do this and we enjoyed so much. Bull, you know. What I'm doing today, I'm a happier, stronger person than whatever we did before and after that and after that. It doesn't matter, yeah. I don't even remember 90% of the details, you know. Some people think, you know, I don't remember, I'm arrogant, you know. They can say what they like, but I don't remember, and they don't exist for me. They are come and gone. But what is necessary कि यारों में, दोस्तों में पिए भी और छलकाए भी और जिए भी, बस खेल खत्म. काम हुआ, अच्छा हुआ, नहीं हुआ, वो भी ठीक है. दिल तो अच्छा था, प्यार तो था. This is what matters. जो ग्रेट फोटोग्राफर नहीं होते या ग्रेट पेंटर नहीं होते या म्यूजिशियन नहीं होते, वो इंसान नहीं होते, लाजवाब इंसान होते. What is the big deal?